is time for another classic JP in the Beans Top 5. Today's Top 5 topic, in honor of our guy James Gunn, giving us hope upon hope of, oh yeah, guys, I'm working on another Superman movie. Should be coming out any day now. We thought, why not talk about our top 5 Superman villains, not including Lex Luthor, because we just got Lex in the most recent Superman movie, so we're going to excuse him from this list, okay? Obviously, he would be in the list in some form or fashion if he was allowed to be included. But for the sake of a little more creativity and including another phenomenal Superman villain that might not have otherwise made it on the list, Lex, sorry, but you're in Belle Reve, buddy. You're out. Without further ado.
Yeah, we want to make it interesting.
We do want to make it interesting. Beans, you go first.
Oh, I'm going to piss so many Superman fans off.
Do it.
Listen, my top 5 is going to be a little interesting.
That's great. You're going to say Lois Lane for number 5, aren't you?
There's going to be 2 characters that probably should be on this top 5 that I've left completely off.
It's fantastic.
No, I didn't put Lois on here.
Jimmy Olsen.
That'd be hilarious. Hey, Jimmy's gone through things, man.
He has. There's some trauma there.
For sure. My number 5, I have Metallo. I was back and forth between him and another character. Look, do I know a ton about Metallo's backstory? No, I don't. Here's what you need to know. He's a robot that runs on kryptonite. That's enough. That's awesome. That's badass.
Gives you a chance.
He literally shoots radiation out of his chest like he's Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
And who doesn't love cyborgs?
But imagine he's essentially designed as the Terminator.
Yeah.
Just running on kryptonite. And with kryptonite just pouring out of his orifices. It's great.
Exactly.
It's a gross word.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You know what?
Immediate regrets.
I'm glad that you came to that decision on your own.
Yep.
I love the design for Metallo. It's a character I would like to learn more about. So I'm going to put Metallo at my number 5.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Okay, my number 5 is Superboy Prime. Now, who the flip is this guy, you may ask? Well, I will tell you. Superboy Prime was first introduced in, as we teased just moments ago, one of the very first comic events, DC's Crisis on Infinite Earths, where the multiverse comes to a head, and in an effort to stop the evil Anti-Monitor, a Superman and a Superboy from an alternate universe sacrifice their Earth so that Earth can survive. Yeah. Okay, and then decades pass. And then my guy Jeff Johns, who I mentioned earlier, goes, hey, it's the 2000s. We need another crisis. So he does it. And he calls it Infinite Crisis. You know what Jeff Johns does? He brings that Superman and that Superboy back into the fold because they weren't actually dead, because comics. And Superboy Prime, as he decides to call himself, comes to our Earth and goes, this is terrible. All the heroes have turned evil. I should take over. And he heel turns and he goes evil and he starts killing heroes left and right. And they send him out, and they have the Flashes carry him away. But then, of course, he powers up, and he comes back, and all of a sudden, he is exceptionally powered. He rips through tons of Green Lanterns, killing them. And it takes 2 Supermen to take him down. And all they can do is imprison him on Oa with the Green Lanterns. But not before. Here's one of the coolest things this guy does, okay? Superboy Prime goes so full heel that he burns the Superman S into the skin on his chest. Like, he is just convinced, like, hey, I am the best Superman that there is. He just goes completely bananas. So Superboy Prime, an unexpectedly delightful and terrifying Superman villain. That's my number 5. Okay, how could I possibly top that? Great question. My number 4 is Ultraman. Speaking of Superman adjacent,
I'm sensing a trend.
Just turds, right? These guys could be partners. They just belong with each other. Ultraman, also from an alternate Earth, feasts on kryptonite. Doesn't hurt him. In fact, he loves this stuff. It's what gives him his power. So rather than the yellow sun, no, he's going, give me the green kryptonite. Let me pound the stuff. one of the problems that makes Ultraman such a hazard is not only his affinity for kryptonite, which is bad for Superman, but because he's from an alternate universe, he has that Cuz Comics power where Superman can't really hurt him. He has to find other ways to take down Ultraman, because when he just punches the guy, it's like, not a big deal, brother. I'm fine. How are you doing? Kryptonite? So Ultraman is my number 4.
Okay.
There you go.
My number 4, I have Mr. Mxyzptlk.
Yes. It's great.
Just because of the pure fun of the character.
He is fun.
The fact that he just shows up, he's all powerful, and he's like, you know what I like to do in my free time? Just dick around with Superman. like, I want to make him 2D. Yep, can do that. Want to take away his powers or turn him into a Tyrannosaurus Rex? Sure, we can do that.
Yep.
He's just, it's awesome. You gotta love it. He is. He's a cartoon character. You know, it does so well. Batman gets Batmite. It's who's just a Batman super fan, which is a hilarious dynamic for those two as well. But just the pure, you never know what's going to happen when he shows up. And the unpredictability for a Superman story is always nice.
Gosh. Well, what a just wild concept too, where he's a 5th dimensional imp. And didn't we get we got a reference to that in the Superman movie, right? Where in the background, green, like the Justice Gang is battling an imp. I think that's what Superman said it was from. I don't remember if he said the 5th dimension or a different dimension. Doesn't matter.
Probably.
But he is just such a great villain for Superman, because whereas Superman is the epitome of human physique, this little guy is literally the embodiment of an imp. He's just a shrimp. And so everything in your mind as you're absorbing the visual dichotomy between these two characters is going, this should just be a slam dunk. And yet here is Mr. How do we pronounce his name? How do you pronounce it?
I said Mxyzptlk.
Yep, Mxyzptlk. He just messes with Superman. Actually, he's the one that's more powerful than Superman. And clever and dubious. It's just a heck of a combo.
And if you really want a good kick out of this character, watch Superman the animated series, because he's voiced by Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh gosh.
And it's just that's the voice I hear when he talks, and it's just it's so good. It's so fitting for that character. Jeez. Rest in peace, Gilbert. That would have been a great person to just come back and voice that character.
Yep.
But
that's fantastic.
That's my number 4.
That's a great number 4. Well done.
My number 3, this is a personal favorite of mine that I want to see more of. I have Parasite.
Yeah.
Parasite's such a cool villain.
Yes.
The fact that he just eats off of energy, and Superman is essentially an endless resource for said energy. Mm-hmm. I love it. I love the uniqueness of that character.
Yep.
It's always in the monster-esque route as well. This is
horrifying.
Oh, most of the time, yes.
Yeah.
If you're going for the more modern day takes, he's gross.
Oh.
He is a leech.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep. Leech is a great word for it.
So I just genuinely enjoy watching Parasite hit. And I would love it if they added more depth to that character. For sure.
Yeah.
But Parasite is underrated.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see more of that villain for sure.
Yeah. I love that. Parasite's my number 3 as well. So good for us aligning on the number 3. Everything you said, totally agree with it. I just had this thought, think about the character of Rogue, right, in the X-Men comics, where in theory, she is this leech of a character, right, where she is taking the life force of other characters, but it's really packaged in a palatable presentation. Okay, not so with Parasite. It is gruesome. The impact that he has on Superman in particular is scary. It's just downright scary. There is a great alternate universe take on the Superman character. Gosh, this has probably been close to 20 years ago now. Maybe 15, doesn't matter. They call it the Earth 1 run. Okay, so DC, real quick sidebar, is putting out some phenomenal content that they're calling Absolute, right? So Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman, so on and so forth, alternate universe takes. They've tried this before because it's comics. It was called Earth 1, and there were 3 Superman books first book, if I recall correctly, used Parasite as the primary villain. And he took Superman to task in that book. Like, he was just so freaking formidable. All the things you said, totally true. Great villain. Okay, my number 2 is Doomsday. You gotta have a physically just gnarly and imposing dude. My favorite thing about Doomsday might be his design, where he's just got razor sharp rocks all over his body. I actually don't understand how there's a realistic world where Superman battled him and was able to take Doomsday down. It's like, I'm pretty sure Doomsday should just wipe the floor with this guy. I'm in the middle of watching season 3 of Reacher right now with my wife, and Alan Richardson is Reacher, and he's a sizable fella, right? Like, throughout this entire TV series, he's the biggest guy consistently, right? And they lean into it. Everybody says, "Oh, you're freaking huge." Okay, true. In season 3, they bring in a legit 7'2" bodybuilder, and it makes Alan Richardson look like a child. Okay, that's what I get when I see Doomsday and Superman. It's like, holy, this is over, game over. So I love that with Doomsday. It's not a very nuanced character. I'm not suggesting that it is, but the design of that character is one of the best villain designs related to the character that they're battling, I think, of all time.
Okay, so Doomsday is my number 2, and I agree with you on the sense of like the depth. There's not a lot of depth to him.
No.
But he's the equivalent. Hey, I'm going to bring this to a wrestling reference, okay? Where everything, because this is just where my brain lives now.
Yeah.
Everything is going fine, and then all of a sudden, you hear Brock Lesnar's theme hit, and it just turns into a, it's Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
Okay, that is Doomsday of DC, because Brock Lesnar is not the guy that's going to be talking on the mic. He can, and sometimes he's really funny, but for the most part, he shows up because of his pure presence. That is Doomsday. Whenever you see Doomsday hit the comic, you're like, front row.
Yep.
Shit.
Yep.
This is not good.
Right.
That man killed Superman.
Yep.
That creature, that monster
Right. No, I know what you mean.
killed Superman.
Yeah.
And it was not close. He wrecked him. And that's what Brock Lesnar does. Brock Lesnar comes in, hits you with an F5, and dips because he's Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
All right? And for people, just to keep this also in your thought process, Brock Lesnar also won UFC titles. Okay, that dude is he is the beast for a reason.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
that is Doomsday, and because of that, you have to put him in the top 3. I got him at 2.
Yeah, I love that. You're number 1, sir.
My number 1, I have Brainiac.
The first time we've ever been aligned, like 3, 2, 1.
I was wondering,
incredible.
which is really, it's actually really crazy because there's going to be one character people might be miffed we didn't put on because you didn't have him on here either, which is crazy. And I think I know who you're talking about. Well, actually, both. Anyways, Brainiac's awesome.
Yes.
It's literally brains versus brawn, but like hyped up to 11.
Yeah.
My favorite iteration experience with Brainiac from my personal experience with Superman villains was Injustice 2. Brainiac is the main villain. They give him some Doc Ock arms. And this dude is terrifying.
Right.
Even out of the ship, somehow always... By the way, every time I've seen Brainiac, they always merge him with someone else. Like Injustice 2, if Superman wins, Brainiac merges with Superman in that timeline.
Yeah.
I think of Justice League, the animated series.
Right.
Lex Luthor and Brainiac merge into one being, and it takes the Flash going at like light speed to take him out, and Flash almost dies to take that out. Brainiac is a beast. I love the idea of him being a collector of sorts. He's got all these different things from different planets.
That's a pretty good come up.
And it's, if you think about it, another great way to introduce other things into the Superman complex.
Yeah.
So, Brainiac, yes, he's a supercomputer genius, but also like that dude will outmaneuver you 10 steps ahead.
Yeah. He's so similar, something that our listeners would relate to would be he's so similar to Ultron, right? Where he's just this unkillable parasite, where even if you were to destroy the embodiment that you see in front of you, yeah, there's just other copies, so to speak, out there. Like he's made himself unkillable. So it's almost more a matter of, hey, how seriously does Brainiac want to take down Superman permanently? And the only thing that tends to stop him is just curiosity. He has this twisted sense of curiosity that leads him to not just kill, he collects. And so you almost get this sense of Brainiac just holding back. It's like, well, what if he didn't hold back? That could be a problem. And Superman tends to, in his own ways, hold back. But there's a genuine question, I think, of, well, if Superman were to not hold back and Brainiac were to not hold back, who would actually win? I think that's a phenomenal question. There is a really good, to give Jeff Johns a little more flowers here, he wrote a really fun Superman Brainiac comic that's just called that, Superman Brainiac. And it's the two of them going toe to toe. It's an absolute delight and an easy one to pick up and read without, again, prior or having to worry about what comes later. Whole lot of fun if you haven't read it before. Jeff Johns, for all I was dunking on him earlier, has written some really fun comics. That one included. Okay, phenomenal top 5. What do you think people would be, bring the...
Well, Darkseid.
Yeah.
I took Darkseid off because to me he's such a Justice League threat.
Same.
That yes, obviously when it comes down to it, it's Superman versus Darkseid 1v1ing oftentimes.
Yeah.
However,
he's literally targeting Superman as an individual. He's targeting the Justice League.
He's targeting the world.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not just, I'm coming after Superman to kill Superman.
Yeah.
I'm coming after everything.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is Zod. Zod has just, I think for me, has been overdone and just like what I've realized about Superman villains, they're either Superman clones in some aspect
of Superman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or they're cyborgs like Brainiac, Metallo, or they're just aliens. Aliens / monsters that are just
like a Mongol. Yep. Doomsday.
So you just have one of those 3 categories. And for me, Zod is just boring at this point. We've gotten Zod a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like it's always Zod in some way, shape, or form. I'm tired of the Superman clones, per se.
I agree, because Bizarro isn't that compelling of a villain for me either. The Zod one is, I think, hardest. Like, you can use him in bursts, but it's hard to create a Zod that you don't actually, as the reader or as the audience member, go, it's okay if they kill this villain. I'm good with that. There's just not, it's like, there's more to see here. Let's see what else. Not really. Like, he's so singularly and narrowly focused on, well, I'm a Kryptonian and I can just conquer you know what, therefore I'm going to. Okay, that's all you got? It's not that compelling. It's okay on the surface, but again, just has its limits.
It does. I like one of the most badass Zod moments I can think of for me is literally in Injustice 2, him killing Tim Drake and Batman bringing out the Justice Buster just to kick Zod's ass because he just killed his son. And that doesn't even include Superman.
Yeah.
So I'm just
totally okay to not have him on the top 5.
I would prefer, this is my plea to DC, I would prefer we don't see Zod for a while. If anything, if you're going to bring him back, I would rather him go against Kara than Clark.
Yeah. Truly, he'd be a better Supergirl villain than Superman.
He needs a different...
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah. Totally agree. Well done, Beans. Great top 5.
Yeah, we had the same 3. Imagine if we would have had Lex. I bet it would have been 4. I bet it would have been 4 in a row.
It probably would have been. Listen, obviously, like, is Lex a top 5 Superman villain? Yeah, no doy. But again, we just got to see him in the Superman movie. He was terrific. Way to go, Nicholas Hoult. We're going to see more of Lex Luthor. This is more fun to talk about. Okay, so who could future villains be that we would enjoy seeing? And I think it's most likely, for as much as I'm hearing the 5 and the 4 flag for Superboy Prime and Ultraman, I do think it's going to be one of those characters that we mentioned in the top 3. As a matter of fact, since Doomsday was already done in the Batman v Superman movie.
Another one I don't want to see for a while, by the way.
It's exactly what I'm saying. I think you can take that option out. It's probably a Brainiac or a Parasite. Or, because James Gunn loves the weird, a Mr. Gosh, help me with his name pronunciation.
Mr. Mxyzptlk.
I never know how to do it. Yeah.
I probably am pronouncing it wrong.
No, I don't. There's not a right way to pronounce it.
That's fair.
So you're just more comfortable looking out the same thing. I would pronounce it 5 different ways, 5 different times in a row. So I could see him being a choice from James Gunn as well, because it does fit his flavor preference.
To me, I think the no-brainer here, give us Brainiac. That I think it's too perfect. We are at that time now. Clark already has a bad taste in his mouth with his parents. I think if you were to introduce the city of Kandor here, we have an interesting dynamic as well with that. We have options, and I think Brainiac right now, for me anyways, is option number 1. I would honestly also love Jason Momoa's Lobo. Not yet, probably, if we're going to get him against Supergirl. But to me, that's a fun...
Keep him in the anti-hero realm, right? Like can he and Superman tango? Absolutely. But you want to see him not be just full heel, full villain.
Right.
Yeah. Let him be the Goon Squad. That's great.
Brainiac's my vote.
Yep.
For sure.
Seconded